Okay, so I think this is going to be a really jam-packed arc because in this singular episode, we found out Zoro's backstory, which I think could have been done over a few episodes because the story was really rich, but I'll come back to that. We found some of Zoro's history coming back to him at the end of the episode when he saw Johnny and the other person, so Zoro's past is coming back to him. We noticed that Usopp is now going to be the dedicated sniper, so that's an addition to the story. And we also had the little banter going back and forth between Luffy and Usopp about how Usopp wants to be captain, etc. But I think that's just a running gag. In any case, there was so much in this episode, so I don't know where this arc is headed. All of the arcs we've seen so far, you know what the arc is about, or what at least it purports to be about in the first episode. In this one, we were with Gammon, and now we're getting a load of random Zoro things and an indicator that we're going to get a new character. So I really don't know where this arc is going, but I'm interested to see the structure. In any case, I keep on wanting to call her Kunai, but it's Kuina. Kuina is a bad boy character. I really, really, really like her. She's got that cold Zoro swag, you know, when Zoro was talking about, I'm gonna beat you one day, and she was like, yeah, that day will never come. That was a cold line. She's an awesome character. I love that she was trying to break the barriers of female swordsmanship, not swordswoman. She tried to break it, but she just couldn't because that's just how society is set up. And obviously the physical differences mean that at some point, strength is just going to overtake skill. So I love that dialogue. I also love that every single time they fought, every single time, it's like me when I play fight with my brother. Every single time they fought, Zoro lost. Zoro had so many L's, about 2,000 L's, 2001 L's, and even when they used the real bladed weapons, he still lost pretty badly as well. But he had that shonen motivation to keep on going. I love that she won, and she will always carry those dubs. And I also like that she's dead, and we will never know what her potential was because they killed her off. And I love that mystique because we know Zoro, biologically, he's going to overtake. But we actually don't know how much potential she had for skill. Because skill can beat strength, but at some point, strength beats skill. And we just don't know. And I like that mystique because it really motivates Zoro to just carry on being that guy who's just trying to be the best swordsman ever, especially the fact that he had that as a promise to her. I really liked her as a character though. I thought she was a G. The way she was just flipping Zoro, murking him, Zoro coming at her with the 2 swords, then later on inventing 3 swords, and she was just making very light work of him. I really loved. Because it's great to see strong female characters. Who does not want to see that? But what's nice about this is not only was she strong, there was still that reminder that, hey, you know, like biology, puberty, things are going to start changing. I like that it was realistic rather than just creating an OP female character and there's no real explanation about how she got strong or what the limitations could be. And I like that the guy, he spoke about the reality of inheriting a dojo because patriarchal societies, that's just how things work. It's unfair, but it's how it works. And I love that the show is unafraid of addressing that head on and putting the audience in the shoes of the character who's recognizing this and is trying to overcome the patriarchy. So I just thought that was awesome writing and a great character. And she's bad boy. I love her dialogue. I love her lines. You know, is a great character and a really, really good foil to get Zoro to actually keep on going and meet the promise that he said he was going to have. In a way, there are parallels to Luffy's promise. So, good backstory, but I do still maintain that it could have been done over 2 or 3 episodes because maybe the pacing felt a little bit too fast for me. Now, some people are just always going to have a win over you. That's another thing which I kind of took from this episode. Because even reflecting on real life, like boxing, Muhammad Ali was great, but he could never beat Ken Norton. Robert Whittaker is a great UFC fighter, but he can never beat Israel Adesanya. At some point, we thought Israel Adesanya was always going to lose to Alex Pereira, but he flipped it round. So, is this a similar situation? we'll never know because they killed her off. So great, kudos to that. I loved it. I loved how she was glowing up, like she was getting stronger because of Zoro, and he was getting stronger because of her. How the death was mentioned, that hit me. And when Zoro started speaking about it, the voice actor was amazing. And Zoro started speaking about it in the dojo, that hit me as well. I got a little bit emotional. But I find it hard to believe that she slipped down some stairs. This is some elite protege with amazing hand-eye coordination, is beating adults in sword fighting, and you're telling me that she just fell off a cliff? Come on. I'm not having it. I'm sorry. It's too fishy. I reckon some patriarch pushed her off because they were worried that she's going to take over the dojo and they had a problem with it. That sounds more feasible to me, because this is a society whereby there's a patriarchy because things are just different back then. I think someone had a problem with that, so they offed her. I think it's that straightforward. But I could be wrong. Maybe she just slipped. Because here's the thing with writing. Whenever you write a really good character, it's actually hard to then kill them. How do you kill off a strong character without it having a hole? So maybe this is just a plot hole, not really a plot hole. Maybe this is just going to be a gripe that I'm going to carry on for the rest of the show, because I don't think she just slipped, but maybe she did. And the story does have to progress. At some point, Zoro was going to have to face grief so he can grow. And how do you bring that grief in a realistic way? I guess it is kind of realistic that she fell while sharpening a sword, but the fact that she fell doesn't sit well with me. Now, looking at my notes, I'm not sure how... Oh, sorry. One thing I missed. Zoro's speech when she was speaking about her frustration was awesome. Because she was saying, oh yeah, I recognize all of this. And then Zoro started saying, you're undermining the work I've put in. You need to like rate yourself a bit more. Yes, you can do this. Let's smash this glass ceiling with these swords we've got. That was an awesome rallying speech. That was goated to me. So that was nice. And I love that after he snapped her out of that, she went back to her cold self, like, yeah, you're still weak, yada yada. So I thought that was bad boy. Like, I love that. I don't know whether I wanted to see those characters added in right at the end of the episode, because I already thought the episode was too jam-packed. If I had to compare Usopp's backstory to this backstory, I think and I can speak about this in another video, I think I prefer Usopp's. Why? Because I think it just had more emotional depth. Whereas with this, we went through too many emotions. In my opinion, we went through too many emotions for us to really feel like something is up. It was like, yay, fight. It was like, do I like this character? When she was introduced, do I like this character? She's being mean to Zoro. Oh wait, she's kind of cool. Wait, she can't be the greatest swordsman ever because she's a woman? Wait, she can't be the greatest swordsman ever, and she's now made the promise to Zoro. Oh no, but she's died. Oh, now I'm gonna mourn. Wait, Zoro's grown up, he's now leaving the dojo, and then now we get these two random characters flying in, setting up for the next episode, and you've got Usopp here, now graduated to sniper, and Luffy speaking about how they need a flippin' musician and a chef. Like, I think it was too much. I would have preferred it if this episode had been split across, but hey, I should not complain. I've got 1,000 episodes to go. I should add as well, this is eerily similar to Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones, because Brienne of Tarth, she wanted to be great, and she wanted to be one of the guards people, but they're like, but you're a woman. But she was strong though. She was bad boy too.